Firstly, Aaron and I wanted to say a massive thank you. Thank you so much for God's faithfulness. Thank you so much for our families. And thank you for everyone who's been a part of Lifestyle Church over the last 20 years. Just thank you for your hearts to serve and your sacrifices. Really appreciate you all.
Well, if we go right back to the beginning, there was a number of significant moments that were part of the foundation of all this beginning. And I remember a moment with my wife, Tazina, on the beach where we made a decision together that God was calling us, and there was this incredible conviction within us to take this next step of faith. When it comes to what was in our spirit at the time of Lifestyle beginning, the first thing that comes to mind was Amos 5:21, and in particular down to verse number 24, where it just speaks about not just having all of our show and pretense and our religious festivals and our solemn assemblies, but it actually says, I want to see a mighty flood of justice, an endless river of righteous living. And this came out of a few days away with my brother and a good mate. We went away to seek God, and these verses stood out and became the foundation and formation of the heart of Lifestyle Church. We wanted to see a mighty river of righteous living, and that's where the name Lifestyle actually was birthed from. There was definitely one or two moments along the way that changed the trajectory of our Lifestyle Church family, and one in particular was about year number 7, where Tazina and I were able to take a sabbatical time out, and during that time I really just sensed God speak to me these 3 things: intimacy, identity and influence, and it needed to be in that order. And I know that from that place, when I pursued God with a desire for intimacy, He helped really secure my identity, which then empowered our ability to influence and lead others around us. And I know that at that time it had a profound effect in helping us continue to lead with strength into all that God was calling us to. There's been so many moments along the way where God has done miraculous and supernatural things. And I know Tazina would agree with me, there are too many to count the incredible stories that would blow our mind around how good and how kind God has been in so many different moments across the last 20 years. Doors opening that shouldn't have opened, provision that showed up at the last minute, people walking in at the right time with the right heart to bring the right resource to what God was leading us to. The bottom line is that seeing people transformed and seeing their lives change has been the most joyful and miraculous encouragement to us that along the way has inspired us to continue to stay strong in this call to our Lifestyle Church family. Miracles, signs and wonders have happened on so many occasions, but some of my favorite things are always what's happened in someone, in seeing their life transformed and changed. That's brought us the greatest joy, and honestly, that's what keeps you grounded along the way, because you know if He didn't do it, it wouldn't have ever happened. So from us, it's all glory to God. He's just used us along the way to see His power displayed in so many miraculous and supernatural ways.
To see the impact of Calliope Church in the local community and what God's done through people's lives has been incredible. It's been an amazing adventure with Pastors Leon and Vanessa, and next year Calliope will be celebrating 10 years, which is such a brilliant milestone. I'm so glad we followed God's prompting and moved to Redcliffe. Watching Pastor Ricky and Mills step into their calling as pastors and leaders has been a joy. It's been a real blessing for Aaron and I to witness their journey and be there from the beginning when they first attended Lifestyle Gladstone. We've seen many people come to faith in Redcliffe. It's full of young Christians, and it sets it up for a great future ahead.
For us as a church over these last 2 decades, we've always used this phrase that stories are greater than the stats. And I know that we can collect the statistics and we can know, and it's important to have that, but for us, the true fruit has really been the stories of people's lives. It's always been about people. And it's the person who walked in one time that was absolutely broken and at their lowest point in their life, and they found hope again because Lifestyle was there in the community. It's the family that was restored and repaired back to a healthy and beautiful and strong relationship. It's the young person who found and discovered their purpose in God that has always inspired the Lifestyle journey. And some of the greatest stories will never be told on a platform, but it's the quiet, consistent transformation of people's lives over these last 20 years that has become the real fruit, the God-honoring fruit. It's not just about the crowds, it's about changed lives. For us, that has been the fruit that remains and lasts, not only here, but also on into eternity. Yeah, we genuinely believe that the next 20 years are going to be greater than the first, not because of aspiration, but because of the foundation that's actually been established through our Lifestyle Church family. What's been built over these last 20 years has been tested, it's been tried, it's been refined, it's been strengthened. And I think that we are stepping as a church family into a new season of acceleration and influence, and that's who God is calling us to be. But more than anything, I just really believe that we're going to see more people encounter God's love in a real and personal way. And for us, that's always been at the heart and what it's really, truly about. We're standing here right at the very top of what is known as One Tree Hill in Gladstone. And this is where it truly all began, in our hearts, first as a dream, first as maybe an aspiration that one day God would do something great right across this region. We would pray and believe and have moments and encounters with God right here on this mountaintop as we would believe for His best across this region. Tazina and I began to dream, and prior to us even starting on the patio up in the original venue that we first met, we would come here and gather here to pray, believe, and ask God to do something incredible through our lives and to see this Lifestyle story truly begin. Hey, a big welcome to the Gladstone Basement Playhouse right here at the Entertainment Centre. This was the very first venue we hired after a few months there on the patio. We stepped out and we believed that we could begin to establish a growing community. This boutique venue was a beautiful time for us in the early days to establish the culture, the vision, and who we would eventually become here in this Gladstone community. We would dream and pray and sometimes escape and get upstairs to the largest spaces in this magnificent venue, believing that one day we could worship God together and give Him all the glory in a magnificent space like we have here now. And then we came to the era of the Gladstone PCYC, where the church really began to grow and make a real impact in the community, especially with a lot of young people around during that time with the local skate park, T&E and our Flipside kicking off. It was incredible times, although amongst all of that, there was often chaos where we wouldn't know where we were meeting, or we'd walk into the venue and there'd be beer bottles and after parties happening everywhere. But overall, we just enjoyed this season as we continued to see God do incredible things in people's lives. And now we enter the Sun Valley era. It was an absolute miracle that we were able to purchase this property. There were so many setbacks, many no's, yet with the power of prayer, the generosity of some incredible people, we were able to acquire this property. And I remember at the time, it was so broken and busted, and it reminded me of people's lives that needed to be transformed by the love of God. During the renovation period of time, I know we spent 9 or 10 months renovating this facility. We met in the St. Stephen's College Hall for that period of time. But we know that from this part of our church story, God continued to do incredible things in people's lives. Hearts were changed, families were restored, and hundreds of people encountered the power of the good news of Jesus Christ right here at 83 Sun Valley Road. What an incredible 3 years we had here at the Gladstone Entertainment and Convention Centre. It was a huge step of faith at the time as we left our Sun Valley location to come here right in the heart of the CBD. We wanted to bring life. We wanted to bring a message of hope, and so many community initiatives were launched during this phase. Christmas in the City, Gladstone's biggest Easter egg hunt, and so many other things that were happening across the church that impacted hundreds and hundreds of lives. It was an amazing season, a faith season, and it continued to see the lifestyle story grow and expand as from this point we launched into our second location in Calliope, and we saw so many lives impacted by the goodness and greatness of God. We were so excited as we prepared to sign a new 3-year contract just prior to 2020 when COVID struck. What a year that was. Many would like to forget, but as a church we had to make a decision to come back into this space after a period of time at the Gladstone Entertainment and Convention Centre. So we re-renovated this facility where we still meet today, and over these last number of years have seen God do incredible things in people's lives. Many water baptized, many have found their faith, many have belonged in this incredible community, and many people are living with eternal purpose now. As we've come back to the very beginning, the place where it all started, and we've heard of God's incredible goodness, His grace, and we've done it all for His glory, may this story, the lifestyle story, be one that only He could write.